Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on So Many Books, So Little Time by Diamond Art Club. It's a 56 by 109, 53 color. It is a square diamond painting. Before I throw that away, we need to figure out what we're going to start with. How about if we start down here? So that is container 8. Is it container 8? F. Yes, container 8, DMC 317. Okay. Let's get started. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is, it's getting better, I think. And that's why I didn't have any diamond painting videos this week. I knew that I was possibly gonna get sick last week, so in one day, I think I did the voiceover for, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos. And then I had to film videos for Patreon. I think I did like 3 or 4 of those. So, and then I managed to keep it away. And I was doing really good. Like I was taking some garlic and honey that I made myself with raw honey. You steep, or you, yeah, I guess you steep, but you just put garlics, like you cut up the garlic cloves into pieces because some of the garlic cloves are pretty big, right? And then you use raw honey. It has to be a raw honey. And you let it ferment for a month before it's, good to use. And every day you have to flip the container over at least 2-3 times a day, and you burp it until it's fermented. And it's supposed to help you not get sick. Anyway, I was taking those. I was taking, like when they say if you feel like you're getting sick, like to take one every hour. I wasn't taking quite that much, but I was taking like 6 a day. And I thought for sure I had it beat. So I slowed down and like stopped taking them because I sure had it beat. I was like, oh, I feel great, because I felt like maybe I was gonna start getting sick, but then, I had it beat. And yesterday was Saturday, and yesterday I got up and I felt like poop. And last night I coughed so much. Now I had some garlic yesterday, but I only had 3. I probably, well, maybe 2. I probably should have taken more, because it also can make it so that you can get rid of it faster too. So today I'm going to, I didn't take any yet. I should take some. So I slept in till 10 because I had quite the night of coughing. Now I'm hoping my voice, oh, and the worst thing is my ears are plugged. So that was the worst that I had all week, was my ears were plugged. And I was like, well, it's annoying because I can barely hear. Like where normally when I put my iPad on, and watch something, I have it under the half volume, right? Well, all week I had to put like the volume right up because my ears were so plugged that I couldn't hear anything. So that kind of like what the worst was. And I'm kind of wondering if that just, because my ears are no longer plugged now, or very little, but now my nose is running like crazy. So I'm wondering if whatever was plugging that, is like obviously a sinus of some kind. Oh, sorry, but I have to drink some hot coffee. It helps the throat. So Now I'm like, oh, this week I have 3 days to film. And my daughter told me last week that her husband applied for another job. And so now it's still within the same company. So now, like, I have her 3 days one week and 2 days the other. And the new job, I'd have her 3 days every week. So that means that I'm going to lose another 2 days of filming a month. So it's like, that means that I'm going to have to do way more filming during the weekend too. And in the summer, I guess I can say in the summer's not bad, but whenever we want to go camping or, you know, we still want to enjoy our summer too, then I won't be able to film. So I'm trying to get ahead. And this week I didn't feel good, but maybe when I feel better, what I can do is get up early the days that I have her and try to partially film a video before she comes, and then maybe finish it after she leaves. And then that way, that can be 3 videos a week, you know, that I wasn't going to do because she was here. So I don't know. Well, I have to crunch, you know, time and all that. And I wanted to start all these new things, I guess. You know, what I wanted to do is start like a cook with me too. And I want to start a make a page kit series, which I used to do, and I'd like to do that again. And a regular, like I'm doing a clean with me upstairs, but I'd like to get a clean with me done like once a week. That is something in the house, you know, like clean out my fridge, clean out. Okay, where is that? It's an hourglass. Oh, right there, 50. I was like, okay, I can't see it. And that is DMC 3787. Because I'd like to get a bunch of stuff done, you know, like inside the cupboards, outside the cupboards. I think the last time I washed my fridge was only a couple months ago, but it's needed right now, and I'm like pushing it off because I'm like, but I want to film it. So I think I'm hoping this week I can start that, like on my days. And that's why I thought, well, today's Sunday. I usually don't film Diamond Paint with me on Sundays, but I didn't have a chance this week because I was trying to, like I said, get a bunch of videos done because I was afraid I was going to get sick. So I was getting a whole bunch of stuff done. Which I'm glad I did. Now they're all ready to go. The only thing I didn't get done was Diamond Paint with me. And also, Dave was sick all week too. He was sick from like Monday. I started getting, I mean, my ears were plugged. One day I had a sore throat. And then he got better. Then my ears were plugged. But he was sick like I am right now all week. So he worked from home. He still worked, but he just didn't go in the office because he didn't want to give this to everybody, right? And so anyway, so that makes it hard for me to film because I film at my kitchen counter or whatever. So it's been quite the week. The baby ended up at the hospital, which they waited there all night, didn't see a doctor. And it was like shift change, so they left because they're like, oh my gosh, it's going to be, I think 2 people moved all night. They were short staffed, and then like ambulances with higher priority kept coming in. So they said, you know what, we'll take her to the doctor. What ended up happening, she just broke out in hives. So then they were like, okay, is she having like an allergic reaction to something? Or, you know they can't give her Benadryl, but there's got to be something that can be done or whatever. So anyway, they ended up taking her to our doctor. They just showed up at his office and she was like, yep, we'll see her right away. And so anyway, he gave her Reactin for babies. And it took them away right away. She hadn't slept the whole night. Listen to this. She went to bed at 4 p.m. My daughter texted me at 10 and was like, oh, this is going to be quite... And this is the not sleeper, right? She doesn't sleep. She's like, oh, I'm going to be up all night because she slept from 4 to 10. And what she didn't tell me was her husband went to bed at 8 because he's like, well, he didn't work the next day. So he's like, well, if she wakes up, then I'll stay up with her and you can sleep because you have to work tomorrow. So she woke up at, I think it was midnight. Yeah, midnight. My daughter texted me and she said, oh, she finally woke up, like I was starting to worry or whatever. Anyway, she's like, I'm feeding her and her eyes are closed. So she fed her, she fell asleep. So she put her to bed and she slept till 6 o'clock in the morning. So she slept from 4 to 6. She slept 14 hours. That kid has never done that. Like even I had her on Friday because, like I said, I wasn't sick. Like I felt great. Yesterday was when I started feeling really awful. And she had, I think she's the one that gave it to me. She had this last week or whatever. So anyway, she wouldn't sleep she slept 25 minutes and I picked her up and I could tell like she was not ready to go back to sleep or to wake up. We're going to do 47, which is DMC 337. And so it's the 2 little dots there. Ooh, there's quite a bit. Okay. So I picked her up. I sat on the couch. And I didn't bring my phone or anything, right? Because I'm like, okay, well, she usually does that for like 10, 15 minutes. She's really snuggly and then she wakes up. But I took a blanket and I, wrapped her and put her up against me and was rubbing her back, whatever. And she fell asleep again. She slept for another hour. So I was stuck on the couch with, I could have read a book for an hour, but I just sat there and just enjoyed the snuggles. So I'm like, well, it's not wasting time, right? I'm enjoying the snuggles. At some point they're not, they're going to be too big to snuggle. So, and then in the afternoon, same thing. I tried to put her down. This time she wouldn't even lay down. Like she just woke up and was screaming. So my back at that point was killing me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this again. So I came out here and I laid her on me and She slept for an hour and 15 minutes. But this time I had my phone and my glasses and stuff. So I put on a video, YouTube video, and I watched that. And then I read for a bit. And then she woke up and she was in great spirits. So, oh, poor little peanut. She is definitely spoiled, but like I was telling when I was working at 911 and there was all kinds of young moms and they were like, I just can't get her to go to sleep by herself, or I just can't get her to stop taking the Suki, or, you know, like whatever. And I'm like, okay, now imagine her 10 or 11. And you're like, okay, do you still think she's going to have that Suki, or do you still think you're going to need to put her to bed? No, it's fine. Like, enjoy those little moments and don't get hung up to that, oh, well, my friend's kid is this much old and she does this. You know what I mean? Like, every kid is unique. Every kid is going to do things differently. And she is just a snuggler. Like, she is so good. Like, I can have her on me and she just sits there and we'll look at books. And I mean, believe me, she can be busy. I put her down on the ground there or on the floor and she just goes, you know, exploring. But when she's on you, she just wants to snuggle. Last week she went from, I have like a table in the living room, like a coffee table. And she went from the couch and took 2 steps and went to the coffee table. And then she did it and then she went, oh. And then she's so proud of herself and then she claps for herself. She is a cutie patootie for sure. And like I said before, like I feel blessed that I have that time with her. I'm just, you know, when I say, oh, I have this many, it's just because I have to figure out, you know, this is my job. So I still have to figure out how I'm going to fit this stuff in, right? While I watch her. Not while, but because I watch her and I don't have the extra time. Now, one thing I figured out is, because we're going to start selling like physical products really soon. I'm hoping September. And that takes a lot of time to do. So I think what we decided is we'll just make, you know, physical products available like maybe once a month. And that is something that while I have her, that I can get done. So I put my silhouette in my soap room and it takes, you know, I come out here and I put her in that little playpen I have and it takes me literally like a minute to get the paper, whatever, the die cut paste sheet on my mat. Then I just walk in that room. I set it up in the morning before she comes. So I bring my computer in there. And then I just hit cut. And then I just go get it. Like, so if I do like 5 or 6 a day, hey, that's, you know, that's during the week that or the 3 days that I have her, that's 18 that I can prep, right? And get ready. And then we're also doing like buttons. So those 2, I was thinking at first that I could maybe film while she's sleeping, but half an hour is just not enough. But I can make buttons for half an hour. So what I can do is before she goes to sleep, is have everything ready and at the table. And then, so if I do buttons for half an hour, hey, that's good. Oh, today what I have to do too is I have to go work on the clean with me for the craft room. Oh, it's coming along so good. I did a few sessions this week. Again, in fear of, oh, what if I get sick and I don't feel like doing anything, So I did 2 sessions. I'm still working on my second desk and it's looking so good. And the thing with, when you clean up an area like that, you're going to change your mind on where you're going to keep stuff. So I ordered, I have Ohuhu markers and I have Copic markers and I'm using them all the time now. Like that's a new thing that I'm doing on my channel. It's a color with me. So once a week, I'm going to, color a little girl or whatever, which I think I have like 3 weeks ahead or 4 weeks ahead. And that's good, because you never know when you're not going to have time to do something. And that's my point. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get ahead on a lot of stuff. So that I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have to film or whatever. So anyway, I bought this container for my Ohuhu markers because they come in like cases and stuff, which is great if you're going somewhere or whatever. I just didn't like, I had taken a Raskog, which by the way, I did like it when I first put it in. I was like, oh, I really like that. I had my Copics on the top in containers, and then I had my Ohuhu markers on the bottom. And then I had a Pampered Chef rotating thing because when I color, I choose all my markers ahead, and then I put them in that Pampered Chef thing. And then they're all divided. They're all ready to go. And it just makes it a whole lot easier. Anyway, I've been doing that for maybe a week or 2. And I just don't like it. I don't like putting stuff back, like putting the Pampered Chef stuff or the rotating thing. I would hit my knuckles every time trying to get it in where it went because it was almost the same size as, the shelf or whatever. I didn't like that my Copics were standing up and not horizontal. So once I cleaned that desk, because I had 2 sections of the desk where I had layouts. It probably had like 300 layouts there. So I found a place for those layouts, and then the desk was all perfect. And I'm like, ooh, I bet you that would fit the containers. Oh, and I had put, once I bought the container, that new container, I had put it across the room, which was across from me, like where I'm working. And I thought, oh, I'm going to like it there. But then I painted or colored a little girl, and like to choose the markers, I didn't want to move the containers to the table. So I went to it, and I had to get on my hands and, not my hands and knees, but on my knees to, oh shoot, what was I doing? 47. I almost put it in 8. I tried bringing a stool over, and it was too high, so that didn't work. So eventually I ended up on my knees, which when, stand there or sit there on your knees for half an hour, that's a long time. So I didn't like that. So that's container 15, DMC 414. We're going to do N now. We're going to finish this little section here. So I was like, well, that's not going to work. I like how it looks, you know, on that wall, but I don't like the convenience of it, right? Doesn't work. So then I moved it at that desk that I'm cleaning right now. And I was like, oh, I love this because there's a chair so I can sit. I can take my time, choose my colors. And so it's only been a couple of days, but I've colored in a little girl and I went there and I just sat there and chose my colors and my knees were killing me. I have a light there so I could turn on the light. That's, by the way, that's where I'm going to journal. On my layouts too, which now I have to start working on next week's layouts because I want to try and journal on 10 layouts a week. I did 13 last week, and I don't need to do extra every week, but I just happened to have 13 in there, so I did that. So I might try to do a little bit of that today too. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to do the cleaning first. I did a little bit yesterday. I showed you, or I'm going to show you how I organized the markers. I reorganized all my Copic markers too. They were just a pain to find. I had them by letters and I sort of had them, like E0 to E6 in the first, but it wasn't like perfect by any means. So I made it so that they're in order now. Oh, I forgot those F. That sucks. Okay, so let's do the Fs now. That was 15, right? Yeah. We'll do the F right away. That is 8. Okay. Let's do the Fs. I think we'll do the L's next. I'm noticing that just this talking here, I've had to stop the recording quite a few times. It's making me cough quite a bit, so... I saw a couple more Fs. So I know that... and some N's, come on. I'm glad I got quite a few videos done last week because this week I'm probably going to have to do one and then take a break, for my throat. And do another one and take a break because I have Monday, Tuesday, and Friday off. And what's N? 15? Yep. But I want to try and do some today. I think I want to do one of the sketches today. It's the last sketch that I need to do. So I'll try to do that one today, maybe. So now I'm doing L, which is 3799. Now last week I was supposed to have the baby 3 times, but my daughter's husband's mother, she works in a school as an assistant. So she's off for the summer. So she wants to have her during the summer. So she had her, well, she was supposed to have her 2 days, but then one of the days they ended up at the hospital. And so, but this week is my week. And then the week after she's having her because Mason has a hockey school. But that means that's not a good week for me to film, right? 51, where are you? Let's make sure I got all the L's. It didn't seem like a lot of L's. Okay, I guess so. So that's why I got so many videos done too, because I had 4 days. But I wasn't feeling 100% too, so I could have done so much more. Like that's why I didn't do any diamond paint with me, because I had to take breaks. But I still got a lot done. X is 43. which is DMC 938. Let's do those. Oh, that's nice brown. Nice brown. So Dave this morning went to Costco because tomorrow is July 1st, which is Canada Day. And so everything's closed and we have no groceries. We had no groceries. He went to Vegas for a week and we literally had no groceries. Like I had to, I don't know, be very creative for the week to eat. And so then we went a whole other week because both of us were feeling kind of like, and didn't feel like going into grocery. Dave is feeling better, I think. Mine, I'm hoping that it's just draining everything from my sinuses and then I'll be okay. That's what I'm hoping. So, yeah, he went to, well, last night he went to a regular grocery store just to get the stuff that we can't get at Costco. And then today he went to Costco for the more bulky stuff, you know. And so, yeah, we're gonna have groceries again. I mean, this week he went, one night he went and got stuff so we could have doniers. Because like I said, we didn't have anything. I made bread, so we were having stuff with bread, you know. I mean, we had stuff. We have frozen chicken and we had one thing of hamburger left. So, and we have chips. So we made nachos Friday night. But no easy stuff, you know. No fresh stuff. No fruits, no veggies. So, I got my garlic scape, because if you grow hardneck garlic, you get garlic scapes and you can grind them up in your food processor with a little bit of oil and then you can freeze them into pucks or, you know, and then it tastes like garlic. So you get like double the stuff, you know what I mean, from your garden. So that's still in my fridge. I got it 2 days ago, so maybe this afternoon I will go and wash those up, grind them up, and put them in the freezer because I don't want those to go bad. So I want to do those ASAP. So that's my first harvest of the summer. And garlic is usually ready like mid-July, so a couple more weeks and the garlic's going to be ready. Oh, I've had to stop the recording so many times. You probably won't notice as much, or maybe you will because the camera might be bouncing a little bit, but what am I doing? 43X. But just have to stop and cough, 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 cough. Okay. So I don't know if I'll do the hour and a half, but some is better than none, right? Because I was like, oh no, again, a week with no videos. And I think I pretty much figured out that I have to almost do 2 a week for the rest of the year in order to finish this guy. I'm like, what? No. It can't be. I mean, I'm going to have to kind of figure that out again. I just kind of did it quickly one day and I'm like, no way. I thought I didn't have to do that much, you know? So let's do 976, which is S. Oh, it's coming together so nicely. So now I have to figure out like, okay, you need to figure out how you're gonna hang this on your wall. I'm not spending a lot of money on a frame. I know that. But I still have to figure out how to frame it and put it on the wall. I'm gonna put it right behind my reading chair. And I have another one that's a reading one, and I'm like, probably what I'll end up doing is, I don't think they're the same size though, but I could put one, like this one, until I finish the other one. And then I can put the other one for 6 months of the year, and then this one for 6 months. Like, just change them out. I mean, if it takes me a year to do the other one, and I don't even know which one I'm gonna do next. So let's do that one right there, which is 13, which is DMC 400. I know, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to, oh, maybe not. I think last time I did this, and then there was some time left over, so then it was only like 20 minutes or something. So I don't think I would have been able to finish this even if I did an hour and a half, but I'll do as much as I can, and some is better than none, like I said. I'm gonna try and put this up tonight. We'll see. We'll see if I'll have time to edit with all the other stuff I need to do. So, whew, I'm hot all of a sudden. I'm gonna take my sweater off. Okay. We had rain all week this week too, which, you know, we had such nice weather. And then all of a sudden it's just like rain, 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 rain. It's like, okay, I know we need rain, but kind of balance it off, you know? So today's pretty gloomy too. I'm like, it's like 70% chance of rain. Which Dave was like, oh, do you want to go for a walk like yesterday? I'm like, I don't think I can. Like, I really don't think I can. Yesterday was nice, but I did not feel 100% yesterday. Even at that, it's not as if I could say like today I can say I don't feel good. And I think it's because I didn't sleep. And I think that's why I didn't fight it too. Because I had like 4 nights of sleepless nights. And for me, if I don't have sleep, and I think it's like that for a lot of people too. If I don't have sleep, I can't function. I need my sleep. So, okay. Okay. This. So I didn't finish the story with the baby, so they gave her that Reactin one night, and the rash went away. And like the doctor said, he goes, that could be so many things. Like, she's been on that eye cream. No, that's not S. We're doing 13 for over a month, right? Because she's had a sty for 5 months. So he said it could be her body going, okay, enough, you know, like it. And then Katie was on antibiotics because she had what I had. So it was supposed to be safe for the baby, but that some went through, you know, and like, who knows? Who knows? But it went away. So we're going to do C, which is 301. But 1 dose of Reactin took it all away, and she's back to our old self, not sleeping at night or staying up for an hour or two every night, you know. As you're 14 months old, girl, sleep at night. And she, like I said, she's not a very big sleeper during the day either. Sheesh. But she's so easy to watch. Like if she just slept, you know, she's such a good baby, good temperament. But some kids just don't need sleep, I guess. There we go. Oh, I don't know, what time is it? 11:02. I think I started at 10:15. So we'll go 1 hour. We'll do 13 more minutes. I don't think I can do an hour and a half. It's irritating my throat quite a bit, so I'll go and film something that I can do a voiceover later. Okay, there's that. And I can't, my span is like 0. Like I just finished that and I'm like, attention span. Like, what color was I doing? What number? I'm gonna end up putting the wrong thing, like putting this in the leftovers in the wrong container. Okay, we're gonna do the magic wand, which is container 52, which is 3826. So what am I reading? Right now I am reading The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. Really enjoying it. It's like a sports book. It's about a baseball player. Baseball? Yeah. Baseball player. And it's a second chance romance. I'm enjoying it. I'm about 35% through, I guess, in just a couple of days. So that's pretty good. I'm also reading the finale of The Last Hours by Cassandra Clare. I think I'm about 50%. And that again, it's like a 800-page book. I'm like, oh, okay. But I need to know how it ends. So I'm like, I know you won't get a lot of book read for June, but whatever. I read a novella. I didn't even know that the books by Shauna Maguire, The Wayward Children, I didn't know that they were novella books. So I found one at my library, so I read that. The Skeleton Song, I think it was called. It was following Christopher, so I like that. I read that in one day, like it was 45 pages or something. So I read that in one day. And the other books, they're not at the library. So, and to buy them, they're like $2.99 for like 28 pages. I'm like, come on. So, did I check on Everand? Like maybe they're there. I'll go check there. I'm really trying this year. Like, I think I bought 2 new books. That's it, 2 new books. I think that's it. That's all I bought. And it was right in January. I bought the Sarah J. Maas one and The Fourth Wing, the second book. 26, which is DMC 783, which is the letter A. So try not to buy even like, even ebooks. It's like read what you have in your home, home library, or get books from the library. Same as I'm not purchasing anything in diamond paintings. Use what you have. Oh, look at those X's. How did I miss all those? So, trying to be better at, like using what I have. It's like I bought this little, I guess it's like a little modeling book. It's like to put on your bookshelf, and it's like a book, but you build it. Or I guess this one is a little globe, and you build it, and it's like a Harry Potter theme one. And I'm like, oh, and there's another one that looks like a little book nook. It looks like a book, but inside it looks like a little library. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that. And I'm like, but I'm not buying it until I finish that first one, which I haven't even started it yet. And I've had it for probably, 4 or 5 months. So I'm like, well, if you really want the bookcase one, then finish that one first. That's X. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough hours in the day to do everything I want. I guess now it's the 310s, which is container 7. Not enough hours in the day to do everything that I want. So yeah, I started saying I want to do like, this is called Diamond Paint With Me. I have a Color With Me. I don't know if I want to say, like Cook With Me or Clean. Oh, I have Clean With Me. Because I kind of like What's for Supper instead of Cook With Me. I don't know. Few ideas. And I go off, like, if you diamond paint, you still have to, we're more than one faceted people, like we have hobbies, we have to clean, we have to eat. So, and I find it motivates me. If I know, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it for a video, then it kind of motivates me to do it. And when I did the one for my scrap room, I had so many people send me messages and say, oh, you motivated me. My room was a mess. And, I am doing what you're doing. I'm just doing bite-sized kind of thing, And it's like, even my house, like every day the dishes are done. I clean up. Everything is like picked up and stuff, but I'm thinking like inside the cupboards, like let's go through that and get rid of stuff that, okay, if I haven't used that, unless it's a specialty thing, like we have a blooming onion maker. Well, blooming onion is not something that I'm going to make every week, but I'm not going to get rid of that, because I am going to want to make some blooming onions again. So things like that I'm not going to get rid of. But if I have, 6 pie plates, well, bring it down to 2, So, and just rearrange. And you just clean up my spice cabinet. Oh my gosh. I have so many spices, and I know I have some spices, I know I have more than one, so I'd like to condense them, you know, and make them so that I don't have 3 peppers, just have 1 pepper. And if we ever take our trailer so that we stay in it all summer again, well, then I'll get spices then. You know what I mean? I'll go to the dollar store and get, you know, the salt, the pepper, whatever, and put in the trailer. That's why we have a lot of 2, is because where we had been staying in our trailer for summers, I would, you know, have it all extra to put in there. We haven't even opened it up this summer yet. And here tomorrow's July 1st. Oh, maybe today we can, I don't know. I don't know. I hope we get to go a couple times this summer. I hope so. We're getting a lot of stuff done around the house though, which is good. A lot of stuff done. We want to wash like our siding on the house. It's highly due, you know. So we want to wash the siding on the house. And we found if we were at the trailer, you know, like every weekend, like when do you do that? Dave works till, you know, a lot of nights till 7 o'clock at night. So during the week, it's just, and then the other nights Mason has soccer, so he's at soccer because he's the coach. So, you know, it's just one of those things, just busy, busy, busy. And then before we know it, hockey's gonna start again, you know. Well, hockey school is in a week from now, July 8th, his first one. And then 2 weeks later is his second one. We only put him in 2 this year. They're not cheap. So it's like 2 is good. And so that'll be good. He's having fun with soccer. It got canceled this week because of rain one day. And then this week, because his soccer's Monday and Wednesday, it's Canada Day, so there's no soccer Monday night. Oh. Before you know it, soccer's going to be done. Summer's going to be done. That's why I want to make sure that we, you know, get at least 1 week of camping. Maybe a weekend or 2. I don't know. Okay, let's do 8 and then we'll be done for today. I don't know. Maybe if I would have kept going. 8 is number 14, which is DMC 414. No, 413. 8, right? 14, yes. Okay, so we'll end it here. I already did I fed my sourdough this morning. Like, this is how much, like, feeding my sourdough literally takes 5 minutes. And all this week, I was like, it was like a big chore. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I have to feed the sourdough. Like, it's like, okay, it takes 5 minutes. Like, literally, it takes 5 minutes. Just do it. So this morning I did it. As soon as I got up, I did it. And then I'm going to make sure to do this. So I'm hoping this week I can do my fridge. That's my goal for this week. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing because my room is almost done upstairs. I might have, I mean, I'm going to go right from that to doing organizing things because I have like 3 Raskogs that I need to organize. When I look at some of the drawers and stuff, I'm like, oh, this could use organization. So I'm going to do some organize, you know, like dig deep and organize the room too. And the same thing, what I do is at the end of like the cleaning session, like when I go and clean an area, I make sure at the end of it that the first thing that I cleaned, which was my big desk, and I make sure that that's all cleaned up for the week, and I sweep the floor. I sweep all the floor again. So every Sunday, I make sure that my desk is at 0, if you will, you know, like reset everything. And then make sure to sweep. So then it's like, yes. So same thing when I do the organize with me, I'm going to do that too. That'll be part of it, making sure that everything is done. So, okay, so this is the last few I'm going to be putting down. So if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment down below, and I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.